Okay guys, here is a highly anticipated video review from me. This is going to be the video review of MP22 Ultra Magnus. Really excited to have this guy. Obviously, as you can see, his package is absolutely huge. I'm actually having to stand up to do this part of the review and have the camera pretty far back. As you can see on the front, we've got photos of him in both robot and vehicle mode. On the side, just says Transformers Masterpiece Ultra Magnus. On the back, we've got a whole bunch of product shots. That's the actual size of the robot, so he's pretty big. There's Magnus and Prime, gun, Matrix, cars, car carrier, yay, all kinds of stuff. Ultra Magnus again. On the top, we've got an action shot of him. On the bottom, we've got photos of his accessories and such. Unfortunately, there's no sad Pac-Man on this package, which makes me sad. Anyway, I'll be back in a flash. We'll have this guy out of the box, and we are going to see what he's like. Okay, guys, here we have Ultra Magnus out of his box and in his awesome car carrier mode. But before I get into Ultra Magnus himself, I'm going to show off a few things he comes with. He comes with collector card. Woo, collector card. On the back, we have tech specs and a bunch of stuff I can't read. Yeah, collector card. And he comes with fairly extensive instructions. Recycled art from the collector card, but I'm okay with that because that looks pretty darn cool, that artwork. You've got some stuff. I guess that shows all of his accessories there. And, you know, different things that he comes with and can do. Pretty cool stuff. Yahoo. Anyway, that's that. So, let's go ahead and get a few comparisons out of the way. First off, I will start off with his G1 self. And there they are together. And as you can see, the blue on the Masterpiece is a very different shade of blue from the G1 toy, which is fine with me. I don't mind at all that they're pretty different. As you can see, obviously the Masterpiece is much larger than the G1 toy, but the G1 toy isn't teeny tiny next to him because the G1 toy is so darn big. So, you know, I think that's pretty neat. I think they look nice together, and yeah, pretty good stuff. Anyway, let me go ahead and get G1 Ultra Magnus out of the way. Next off, I am of course going to do the comparison everybody does. Bear with me here, guys. Here is MP10 cab. Now, let's go ahead and straighten that out, Move the camera back and grab MP10's trailer. Okay, trailerized. Okay, here's the main differences between the two of them in truck mode. MP10's trailer is much longer than Ultra Magnus's. Ultra Magnus's trailer stops here on MP10, and MP10 still has quite a bit to go on his trailer. So yeah, that's a pretty big difference. But the cabs are actually identical sizes, and I will get more into the cab similarities here in a second. Let me go ahead and get MP10 out of the way. I'm going to show off, of course, his main play feature in truck mode, and that is the fact that he is a car carrier. Needless to say. So let me just get some vehicles ready here. You can accommodate 4 large vehicles. Unfortunately, I only have one Masterpiece car in vehicle mode. I, of course, do have Prowl, but I'm having an issue getting him into vehicle mode. Basically, one of the pieces that should go a certain place won't go that place on mine, so he's kind of stuck in robot mode. C'est la vie. Anyway, let's load this guy up with cars. We'll start off Energon downshift, aka wheeljack. Put him there. There he goes. We'll roll side swipe up there, which he's actually designed to scale with. Close up his back. Put this alternator here, alternator skids, and there we go. And alternator prow. And as you can see, he has his 4 big cars on him, no problem. Rolls just fine with them. Pretty flippin' nifty in my opinion. So, okay guys, here we are, moved in closer to Ultra Magnus. And as you can see, he is pretty darn well detailed. As you would expect out of any modern Masterpiece figure. Very well detailed. I love the way this guy looks. His coloring is perfect. I mean, and of course his missile pods, you have a choice. You can have them on the front of the trailer, or if you want, you can just turn them to the side, twist them, turn to the side. Come on, there we go. And then have his missile pods on the side. So, whatever your personal preference, you can do it. So, very much appreciate they gave you that choice for display options. I mean, yeah, this guy is just really outstanding looking. Let me just go ahead and just try to show you all the angles here. Like I said, this guy is really large. This is a bit tough. There is, of course, let me just move the camera back a little bit here. There's the back of them. And of course is the other side. And now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to show off the similarities between the MP10 cab and him, just like I promised earlier in the video. So, you can actually detach the trailer by, there's a little lever here, you just press that, and the trailer pops off. Sometimes removing the trailer makes it a little easier to transform the figure as well, but you can certainly transform it with the trailer attached. You know, it's certainly whatever your personal preference is regarding that. So, you just go ahead and get him, get MP10 next to him. As you can see, they're pretty close to identical in a lot of ways. Their height's identical, width's identical. The mold, the way it looks, is basically the same. Of course, I have the Repro label set on MP10, and I don't have one for Magnus, so that's going to show off more than just coloring differences. But, I mean, if you actually look at the molds, they look identical, at least on the front part of the cab. Now, the biggest difference, as far as appearance goes, is this molded piece here, but that's, you know, for part of the transformation. That's obviously not on MP10, but it is on Magnus because of the transformation. And of course the backs are entirely different. I mean, because these become Optimus's legs. This does not. It's just part of Magnus. You know, I know originally this guy was rumored to be basically MP10 with armor to make Magnus. I'm not sad that they didn't go that way. I'm totally fine with the direction they decided to go with making them all one piece instead of MP10 with armor. I mean, it might have been interesting to see them go that way, but like I said, no big loss that they, you know, didn't do that. So, anyway, that's pretty much going to wrap up the vehicle mode portion of this. I'll be back in a flash to go over robot mode with you. Okay, guys, here we have Magnus transformed and into his robot mode. But before I talk about him in depth, we of course got to get the obligatory comparisons out of the way. We love comparisons. Here he is next with G1 Magnus, and he doesn't make G1 Magnus look absolutely tiny, because, well, G1 Magnus is a big toy. So get G1 Magnus down. Next up, we will put MP10 next to him. Obviously, he's bigger than MP10, but he doesn't dwarf MP10 nearly as much as G1 Magnus dwarfs G1 Prime. If you guys are interested, about learning more about G1 Prime, I'll go ahead and put a link to my review of G1 Magnus in the description below. And comparison I haven't seen anyone else do. Here he is with MP1, the original Optimus Masterpiece, and as you can see, they're roughly the same height as at the head. It's pretty close. It's not, you know, it's not dead heat, but they're pretty close to the same height. So there you go. Finally, we have another masterpiece as big as MP01. It only took a really long time, and here he is with Masterpiece Sideswipe. Sideswipe goes up to slightly above his knees, so there you go. And lastly, the most relevant size comparison I have, because this guy will actually be next to Magnus on the shelf, and that, of course, is Masterpiece Hot Rod / Rodimus Prime, and you know, they look pretty good together, I think. Make a good pair there, so we'll get him out of the way. Now we will talk about Magnus a little more in depth. I went ahead and put MP10's matrix in Magnus's chest. You can sort of see that on the camera. It's shining through, and that's a display option if you want to do that. And of course, his matrix pops out very cartoon accurately. Let me just go ahead and zoom back out so you can see it's better. Lift this piece out. These pieces separate here, his chest, and there's MP10's matrix. Fits in there perfectly. Just like other reviewers have said, I really would have appreciated if they had included a matrix with this guy, but such is life. Come on, matrix, come out. Oh, the fun of matrix cavities. There we go. We got her out. So, let's go ahead and close his chest back up. And we're about to see Magnus's angry face because, well, we're about to reenact that wonderful scene of his from the movie. So, to swap his face out, all you gotta do is kind of pull on the front of his head. Why is this never easy on camera? There we go. And as you can see, underneath his face, we've got the, Hi, I'm an abomination. Kill me. Well, it's not really what he says, but as you can see, let me just move the camera in a bit closer. And up. He's a basically a white G1 Prime as an homage to the original toy, which is pretty cool. Anyway, it's really easy to swap faces. You take that front piece off that I talked about. This is what you get. The face just slides right out. His calm face. Now we're going to put on his angry face. It just slides right in. You put his face on. And now I'm very upset. Very upset indeed. And next up, he comes with a set of hands, especially for holding the matrix. It's got the grooves on both sides. So to get him to hold the matrix with both hands, you got to swing his arms up. We move the camera back so we can see this a little bit better. Aim his arms up. Slot the matrix. Come on. Slot the matrix. Open, damn it. Oh, wait, no, that's too early for that. Ugh. Didn't quite work out. Yes, I am now feeling as frustrated as Angry Magnus. Angry Magnus! Come on! Yeah! Well, you guys get the general idea. You'd say, open! Damn it! Open! I thought you would light our darkest hour! Why aren't you opening? I am Angry Magnus! Alright. That's enough of that. So, it's easy enough to get back to his, regular mode. So, these hands are just held on by ball joints. So there you go. He comes, of course, with regular Masterpiece hands. And the articulation is like most other Masterpieces. You got the 3 fingers, or one piece. You've got the individual single finger. And that's pretty much what you got. And you can just pop it back on via the ball joint very easily. Come on. There it is. There we go. And we'll just do the same thing on the other side. Now, I am glad they included all this in the package, but to be honest, after I'm done with this review, those hands are just going back in the package where they will probably stay more or less forever. I may eventually take them out again, but don't think it's going to be anytime soon. Come on, get that other hand on. Come on, Magnus. Damn it. There we go. Alright. Yes, I know I'm saying damn it a lot, but, Magnus said it, so if it's good enough for him, it's good enough for me, damn it. And, remember how I said those hands I will probably not worry about ever again after this review? Well, I got a couple more accessories to show you that I feel pretty much the same way about. He comes with 2 little humans. Oh, goody gumdrops. He comes with Spike and Daniel. Let's see if I can't really zoom them in, but you can see how they scale against magnets. They're as tall as this foot, maybe. And here's actually the Spike that came with MP10. The articulation on the 2 that came with Magnus is identical to the one that came with. Obviously, the little one is Daniel, and the big one is Spike. And both of these figures have identical articulation to the Spike that came with MP10. I'll just show off Daniel here. He's got a big old booty, which is kind of funny. And yeah, he bends there at the knees, the top of the legs, and his leg just his leg just fell apart. And his arms move. And it's the same thing on Spike. I'll give you a close-up of Spike. So there you go. Luckily, his leg is easily fixable. I'll just have to pop that back in. And like I said, after that, they are going into storage. I might leave the angry face out, though, for fun. You never know. Speaking of faces, I will go ahead and show off. I'll put Magnus's regular face back on, and I guess show off his face storage. So, let's go ahead and start off by popping off Mr. Angry Face. He's going to calm down a little bit, I guess, for the rest of the review. He won't be quite so angry, because I think what we'll be doing from here on out will be a little bit easier. Well, maybe. You never know. Sometimes funny things can happen when you're making these reviews. There he is. He's Mr. Calm now. So, you turn this guy around, and you open this part up on his robot mode. See those little pegs there? His faces can go on. And for some reason, he has 2 of those pegs. So I guess if you wanted to put both of his faces there, you could. He could be Mr. No Face if you wanted. You know, that would be, yeah, a bit creepy, but hey, whatever, to each their own. If that's what they, if that's how you want to display your Magnus, feel free, guys. Feel free. Anyway, now that that is out of the way, I will start off by giving you a wonderful 360 view of the figure. Yes, he has a butt flap that everybody complains about, and I will admit, it's not too attractive. Do you want to know the solution to this? Voila. There. Problem solved. Not exactly rocket science. He doesn't look so good from the back, obviously. From the back, he's lacking in appearance. And from the side, he's okay. The butt flap tucked up looks funny, but, you know, from the front, he is pretty great. And that, of course, is the most important part, because you're going to be looking at him from the front, for the most part, when he's on your display shelf. Not too many people display their figures with their back to them or their side, but, you know, he looks decent. You know, I mean, obviously, if you turn him this way, he doesn't look bad, or you turn him in this way, he doesn't look bad. You know, but from the front, he looks absolutely flippin' great. My only complaint about him, really, from the front, is the fact that his arms are a bit short. I wouldn't mind if his arms were a little longer. You know, that's really my only complaint about his appearance from the front. Now, he, of course, comes with his gun. And the gun could be bigger, too. But, you know, he holds it real nice, just like every other Masterpiece does. Slots in. Come on, slot in for me. Slot in, damn it! Well, okay, fine. I'll just close his fingers around it, you know, loosely. Nope. There we go. There we go. Now she's slotted in. I mean, it can definitely happen if it just takes some fiddling, as you can see. And, yeah, he looks pretty good holding that gun. Okay, guys, now I'm going to show off his articulation in detail. Since he's so big, I have to do the articulation part standing up again and far away from the camera. So, like you'd expect, just like, you know, most other Masterpieces, he has fairly decent articulation. There were some compromises made in the articulation department, I think, for the overall engineering of the toy. And, you know, I can deal with that now. But the fact that his articulation isn't as good as some other Masterpieces, that's okay, I think, for the overall effect on the toy. It is forgivable. But it's not bad by any means. So, let's get right down to it. He has ankle tilt. Yep, demonstrating that okay. He's got some nice squeaky joints there at the top of the hip. Of course, forward and back. Ratcheting, nice ratchety joint there at the knee. Of course, does have hip rotation, whatever you want to call it. Thigh, whatever. Unfortunately, knee does not rotate. He has no waist rotation. I already showed off his hand rotation, or I'm sorry, his finger rotation. He does have ball jointed hands, so pretty much all direction on those. Shoulders. Oop, bash the monitor there. 360 all around. He, of course, bends at the elbow. Swip and swivels at the elbow. Now his shoulders are pretty limited as they are, but you can, if you so want to, you can kind of fold his arms out, and that gives him more of a range there for his arm. So that's entirely up to you if you want to do that. His missiles, of course, all sorts of crazy positions if you want to. And his head looks up pretty good, looks down a little bit. Of course, rotates all the way around as you would expect. So his posability, while not, you know, the greatest on earth, is certainly not terrible by any means. Now, I'm going to go ahead and actually move the camera in a little bit so we can actually get some really detailed views of this guy. So just bear with me, guys. Scoot that a little bit closer. Whoa, extreme close-up. And now, we're going to take a real good look at the details on this guy. Man, he is just phenomenal looking toy. I mean, just look at this guy. This is, I'm sorry, this is an absolutely perfect G1 Magnus in robot mode. Or I'm sorry, in both modes, not just robot mode. His vehicle mode is perfect as well. I mean, this is just a beautiful toy. Now, one really cool feature that you can do is you're supposed to have these small wheels out, but if you so choose, you can actually have the vehicle mode wheels down for his feet, and that doesn't affect his ankle tilt or standing or anything. In fact, he can actually kind of roll with his feet close together, just like the G1 toy could. But he can also stand just fine. Let me go ahead and lower the camera so you can actually see his legs. Sorry for knocking the camera around, guys. As you can see, it doesn't affect his moving at all, and I'm really glad they offered that choice. So, and here's, of course, a shot of his lower body. I mean, this is just, I mean, phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal toy. The battery in my camera's about to run out, so I'm going to pause right here, and I will be right back, and we're going to talk about my final thoughts on the figure and all that. So, be right back, guys. Okay, guys, it's time for final thoughts, and do I recommend this figure, and all that fun, wonderful stuff. Well, my final thoughts on this figure is, he's not perfect. He does have some issues, as I pointed out during the review. He's not absolutely perfect. But, is he excellent? Yes, he is excellent. You know, he is a very excellent figure. And I have no problems whatsoever recommending him. He is a really, really good figure. He is very excellent. Not perfect, but quite excellent. And at $180, it's not a bad price. Now, I know in the past, masterpieces of this class have been almost $300 importing them. But I guess because the yen is weaker than what it used to be, these are cheaper. Now, why aren't those Masterpiece cars cheaper? But that's a whole other discussion that I'm not going to have right now. But anyway, 180 bucks, I'd say he's most definitely worth it. Now, they did. Now, I know Toy Fair is coming up next month. They very well may announce a U.S. release of this guy. And to be quite honest with you, I would be extremely surprised if we didn't get a U.S. release of this guy, considering their track record of releasing large masterpieces in this country, except for Megatron because he turns into a gun. Other than that, we've gotten all of the big masterpieces released in the U.S., so I'd be really, really shocked if Magnus didn't show up. So it's entirely up to you. If you think he's worth getting now and paying the extra, however much, get him. If you want to wait, play the waiting game and say, hey, he may only cost $120 when he comes out here, and save yourself $60. I would completely understand that. Now, it's not guaranteed he's going to come out here. There's just an extremely good chance of it. Anyway, that wraps this whole thing up. I really hope you guys enjoyed watching this thing. I had a lot of fun making this video. If you liked what you saw, please, thumbs up, comment, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff. And thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys next time. Oh man. Is this what I look like before I have my face? Oh, didn't see you there. How you guys doing? Well, I better go and get a face on. I'll be right back, guys. Is this the wrong face? Damn it! Open! Oh, right, that's the wrong line for this. Sorry, guys. Ah! Why am I so mad all of a sudden? I can't figure it out. Damn it! I can't deal with this right now. Ugh, I'll be back. Well, guys, I guess I'm feeling a lot better now. Before I couldn't deal with it, but maybe now I can. I think I'm going to go, have some cheeseburgers or something. I'll see you guys later. Bye.